I don't even know what to say anymore. Majority owner of Brighton Hove Albion is Tony Bloom, and he purchased the club in 2009, 75% of it, for 99 million pounds. In the past 5 years alone, Chelsea have poured 250 million to that club, quarter of a billion. And we are still somehow being turned over by these guys. I'm sick to death of this. We've now got 8 points in our first 6 games. And remember, we have the easiest start in the Premier League. Just wait for those last 10 games of the season. Because if we're struggling right now, later on in the season, I genuinely see us scavenging for Europe. And if we keep struggling to get points on the board, I don't even think we'll be in contention for Europe. Let's get into this game because there's actually some good talking points. At the beginning of the game, Chelsea started very, very well. We are notoriously known for not starting well. We just pass for the sake of passing, and when the opposition start really getting a hold of the game and start threatening us or score, that's when we actually get into gear 5, get into gear 6 and actually start trying to score. But that didn't happen today. From minute 1, we were trying to score, and I think in the first 10 minutes we had about four attempts at goal, 2 of them being very good ones. Enzo tested the keeper early doors with that free kick. Esteban done the dirtiest nutmeg on the halfway line, dribbled the whole way and nearly scored, but he should have cut that back. The big talking point before the game started was seeing Gerard Hato as centre-back. I've said this before, with the mess that we are currently in with our centre-backs, either them being poor or them not being available, Gerard Hato should be playing centre-back. He's quick, he's agile, he's intelligent, he reads the game well, he's tenacious in the tackle, he's strong, he's powerful, and most importantly, he's left-footed. This makes a huge difference when trying to control the game and playing out from the back. Because if you have a natural left-footed player as a left centre-back, their passing is going to be much better because they're going to be on their stronger side. When they're under pressure, they're going to be far better at clearing the ball or finding that little pocket, finding those gaps and those pockets to really thread a pass through. And yeah, they're just going to be far better because on the defensive side of things, they're going to be on their natural side. So they're going to be able to push players out wide and then make a challenge. It just makes the team tick. It makes everything better. So credit to Enzo Maresca for making that call, and you could see that the team was benefiting from it. We looked sharp, we looked dominant, and then consistent Caicedo threads an eye of a needle pass through to Reece James, and Reece James crosses it in. It got deflected and Enzo Fernandez tapped it in. One of the easiest goals he'll ever score. In those first 35 minutes, Brighton didn't have a Scooby-Doo in what to do. We were all over them. Their only outlets were Minte and Robert Sanchez. I was looking at this game like this is going to be a comfortable win. We're going to win 2-0, maybe even possibly 3-0. But Chelsea don't do easy. And just trust Chelsea to constantly give you blood pressure. Then 10 minutes into the second half. Listen, Andre Santos, I rate him. I rate him highly. He's 21 years of age, but that is a catastrophic error. He's under a bit of pressure. He has 1, 2, maybe even 3 chances to literally side foot it with his left foot all the way back to Robert Sanchez. But then he overplays. He loses the ball, forcing Trevor Chalobah to make a last-ditch foul on the edge of the box and us going down to 10 men. I'll always defend Andre Santos. I think he's a very good player. But this is a mistake that is unforgivable. And here's why. Age doesn't matter here. There are times and places on the pitch where you have to do one of 2 things. You either have to knock it out or you have to knock it back to your keeper. I don't care if you're 18, I don't care if you're 28. If you are a winger, sometimes I see where people get that from, because their instincts are always to try overplay, and yeah. But this is a DM, an 8, a more defensive-minded player. And over there, he should be squaring it back to Sanchez or he should be getting rid of it. And considering in our last game that we literally had to finish the game with 10 men because of Robert Sanchez making a foul in the first 5 minutes, the awareness has to be better, knowing the type of form that we're in and how desperately we need these 3 points. Maresca should be throwing things across the dressing room right now. In the first 10 minutes after the red card, we actually managed to play very well. We were slowing things down, frustrating Brighton, using the dark arts, going down for injuries, wasting as much time as we possibly can. Maybe we could actually walk away with a point. Maybe possibly even 3, until I saw Danny Welbeck step on that pitch. That man is a certified Chelsea bogeyman. He always seems to score or assist against us in big moments. He done it for Manchester United when he was there. He was doing it for Arsenal. And yeah, now he's doing it for Brighton once again. The fact that he was coming off a goal drought just makes it 10 times worse. We have a lot of issues at this club, and fingers are going to be pointed to Enzo Maresca or 1 or 2 players. But honestly, what can Enzo Maresca do? Last week, Sanchez cost us. This week, Santos cost us. What can he do? The bigger issue is the whole strategy from Todd Boehly and Blueco. Firstly, I want to say I like Todd Boehly. Out of all of the American owners that have come to the Premier League, I see a lot of passion and drive and wanting to succeed from them than I do with other ones. However, buying all of the young talent in Europe and not sprinkling any experience in is a recipe for disaster. We are basically praying that our whole squad comes good in about 3 to 5 years. Meanwhile, City, Liverpool and Arsenal are strengthening now whilst also planning for the future. We're just rolling dice. I mean, look at our centre-back options and our goalkeeper options, yeah? How many of the top teams in the Premier League do you think that they get into? Outside of Levi Cole, how many genuinely do? Do you think Arsenal are going to want Tosin? Do you think City are going to want Trevor? Do you think Liverpool are going to want Benoit Badiashile? Do you think Crystal Palace are going to want Robert Sanchez? I don't even think Brighton want him back. What about Fofana? Do you think anybody's going to gamble on him with all the injuries that he has? Like, I like Trevor Chalobah, but I think he's like a Joe Gomez. I think he can be a 3rd or 4th option centre-back, and he can play in 3 to 4 games in a Premier League run when you win the title. Yes, I think he's good enough to be in the squad, but you can't rely on him as one of your top 2 centre-backs. And don't even get me started on Sanchez, because you're never going to win a league with that guy. Enzo Fernandez, we pay 115 million for him to tap in a goal from time to time. The guy doesn't run games, he doesn't boss games, and for the amount of scrutiny that Paul Pogba got, I don't know how this guy gets away with it. Esteval, the kid is a gem. Everybody in the Premier League can see how much talent that guy has. Did you see his face when he came off that pitch? He's being sacrificed because the players that are older than him, that he should be looking towards, are getting sent off for dumb red cards, leading to tactical reshuffles, and of course they're gonna pull off one of the attackers. We should be letting him shine. Instead, we're just clipping his wings. Where do we go from here? Injuries are piling up and we're on bad form. Todd Boehly and Blueco need to sit down and assess what direction we're going in, because we haven't won the Premier League since 2017. That's around 8 years. If you want to keep pushing for this project, that could lead to us not winning the Premier League in 3 to 4 years. And those 8 or 9 years, they can become 13, 14, 15 years really quickly. And I'll be honest, I think we're going to win a League Cup or a Europa or something like that. But to win one of the 2 big trophies, you need a blend of experience and youth, and we're just pushing that dream further and further away. Sooner or later, you could be an Arsenal where you don't win the league for 21 years. So yeah, another week, another meltdown. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe and smash that notification button.